All right, today you're going to take an I side with quiz that gets you to see which candidate, which political party you're most like. This one's a lot of fun because it has a lot of detail on the questions. This is what the quiz is going to look like when you first click on it. You're going to click the button right there that says Take the Quiz. From there, it's going to take you to our next slide, which is where the actual questions begin. You can see when you, this is the first question you'll see. It has the topic at the top in that blue box. It says education issues. All of the questions coming up below that will be on education. You can see the question. Usually you have a yes and no answer. You can click on other stances to get more detailed answers, but those will be fine. There's a button for learn more if you want to know a little bit more about the topic. That's kind of, you're going to go through and do those questions. When you get to the end of each section, you can see here it says show more science questions. You're going to want to click on that on every section so that you can get as many questions as possible. I have listed on our Google Classroom page the number of questions you have to do in each section. It's usually about a third or about half of the questions that are available. Don't do every question. You'll never finish the quiz today. Just do the amount that is asked in Google Classroom and you'll be fine. If you just do the amount of questions in each section that I've asked for in Google Classroom, you will do 66 questions on this test. That will give you very good answers for which candidate and which political party you are most like. When you get done with that, you'll hit Send My Results, and then you'll get to this slide. Up will pop a slide that shows you which candidate you are most like. The numbers don't add up to 100. It shows you how much like each candidate you are. Screenshot this page so you have this information. You want to make sure you have Joe Biden and Donald Trump on your slide, on your screenshot, so you can use both as reference. After you get the candidate screenshot here, you're going to want to just scroll down on your page, and right below the candidates will be what I have here in this next picture. It's a list of all of your answers. There should be 66 different answers here. You might have to go to the bottom and hit Show All. But what happens is on this answers, they're listed in order of how important you ranked them. And I probably need to go back to that real quick. Hold on a second. So when you're taking the quiz, here's one of your questions you could answer. And you can see below my answer, it has a spot where I could pick, is this the least important thing to me, less important, somewhat important, more important, or most important? For the 66 questions you answer, you want to make sure you do this spectrum for every one, because that is what we're going to base our assignment on. So every time you answer a question, make sure you don't forget underneath it to pick how important this question is to you. So now back to this. So after you've looked at your candidates, you go down to the answer section and you can see here are all of the questions you answered and how the candidates compare to you. In the first one here, it is showing that on one of these questions, and I marked it as one of the most important things to me, and you can tell which ones you marked as most important because they show up with the red circle with the word me in it for you. Those ones there, however many you mark most, are going to be at the top, and you need to pick 3 of those questions that you found the most important and screenshot those so that we can go back and see how closely you relate to your candidate on those issues. So you're going to look at the answers, look through all the ones you marked most important, and pick 3 of those questions that you just like the most. After you scroll down there, your red me's are going to turn to purple me's. These are ones that you said were more important to you. Not most important, but still very important, more important. You're going to want to go through all of these questions and once again, pick out 3 questions that you find very important, that just are interesting to you, that you like, that you care about. But pick 3 questions from here and screenshot those. So now when we are all done going through all of the answers, you are going to have 3 questions that you've screenshotted that are most important to you, that you care about, and you'll have how your candidate and other candidates relate to those. And you will go through 3 questions that are more important to you and also have how your candidate and other candidates felt about that. The final thing you need to screenshot is you'll go back to the top of that page, you'll click on Parties, and it'll take you to a different page, and there you will find all of the political parties. And once again, you will see how much like those political parties you are. Screenshot that so we can also use that for our answer that we're going to have on Google Classroom tonight. When you're all finished, you should have the following. So when you're finished, here's what you should have: a screenshot of the candidates and which ones, or the candidates and how much like them you are, a screenshot of the 3 issues most important to you that you find interesting, a screenshot of 3 issues that are more important to you that you find interesting, and a screenshot of how much you are like each political party. When you have all of that, you'll be able to use that information to answer the question that I'm going to put on Google Classroom. Don't fret about this assignment too much. Sometimes the test can be hard to save and it can be a little wonky, but take it, have fun with it, see which candidate you're most like, look at some of the issues, just learn a little bit about your world and use it to answer the question to the best of your ability. Have fun. Thanks a lot. See ya.